Welcome to Have More Babies. This is where we take the research, the sources you share with us, and really try to extract the essential knowledge you need. I'm your host, and today we are diving into something that's become, well, frankly, a bit of a minefield. Childhood immunization.
Yeah, it really has.
The sources you sent over, they paint a picture of, honestly, a crisis in confidence. There's so much anti-vaccine stuff, especially on social media.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
And it leaves parents feeling really conflicted, sometimes guilty, definitely overwhelmed when they're just trying to make good evidence-based choices for their kids.
It does. We saw that study mentioning how this noise, this flood of often wrong information just erodes trust. It makes it harder to hear the facts.
So that's our job today, isn't it? To cut through all that complexity, pull out the scientific consensus.
Exactly. And the key thing, the absolute foundation that every parent needs to grasp, is that the science here is remarkably solid. Unequivocal, really, meaning childhood vaccines are safe, they work incredibly well, and the benefits, they just massively outweigh the very, very small potential risks. That's the bottom line.
Okay, let's unpack that. We pretty much have to start with the big one, the myth that just won't seem to go away.
The autism link.
Right. The belief that vaccines cause autism, it dominates so much of the conversation.
It really does. It's like the cornerstone of the whole anti-vaccine movement built on this one idea. But when you look at the actual evidence, the serious studies,
What do they show?
it couldn't be clearer. The Institute of Medicine, for example, they've done, I think, at least 8 major exhaustive reviews over the years. 8 of them.
Yeah.
And every single one found absolutely no relationship, zero link between standard childhood shots and developing autism.
Okay, 8 huge reviews.
That's
That's a lot of scientific firepower saying no link.
Hmm.
So why? Why does this idea stick around so stubbornly?
Well, it taps into something understandable, which is timing. It's a classic correlation trap.
Explain that.
So autism, it's a developmental disorder, right? Yeah. Affects social interaction, communication, and the signs often become noticeable, and kids tend to get diagnosed somewhere between 2 and 3 years old, typically.
Okay.
And guess what else happens around that age? Kids get several important vaccine boosters. The timing lines up.
I see. So the vaccine happens, then later a diagnosis happens, and people connect the 2 dots.
Precisely. Misinformation jumps on that coincidence. It frames it as vaccine caused the diagnosis, when it's really just vaccine happened around the same time as the diagnosis. It's emotionally powerful, but factually, it's just not there.
Which really underscores why talking openly with your doctor, that collaboration, is so crucial.
Absolutely. Parents are in charge, they make the final call, but they need reliable information. Vigilant, yes, but based on actual evidence, not, scary stuff found online.
Okay, so let's shift from the myth to the why. Why is early vaccination so fundamental from a basic health standpoint?
It starts literally the moment the baby arrives. In the womb, mom passes along some immunity, which is great. Passive immunity, we call it.
But that doesn't last.
Nope. It fades pretty quickly after birth. And suddenly, this brand new baby is out in the world, full of bacteria, viruses, all sorts of things. Their little immune system hasn't learned to fight yet.
Right, they're vulnerable.
Extremely. And that's why the vaccine schedule starts early. We need to help build that protection, especially in those first couple of years when their immune system is learning and developing so rapidly.
So when we look at the actual benefits, the reasons to vaccinate, the sources lay them out quite clearly. 5 main pillars, it seems.
That's a good way to put it. Pillars of protection. The first, obviously, is disease protection for the child themselves.
Right, protecting the individual kid.
Exactly, helping their body fight off germs that could cause serious, even deadly infections. And it's not just about preventing the immediate sickness. Think about, say, hepatitis B or even chickenpox vaccines. They don't just stop Hep B or chickenpox now. They dramatically lower the risk of developing really serious long-term problems later, like liver cancer from Hep B. It's long-term protection, too.
That's a really important point. Okay, pillar number 2.
Preventing the spread. This is the community aspect. When your child is vaccinated, they're very unlikely to get the disease, and just as importantly, they're unlikely to pass it on to others.
They become like a firewall.
Exactly. They help stop the spread, which protects everyone.
Pillar 3 seems more practical. They're easy and effective.
Yeah, this is about access. The vaccines are readily available, usually covered by insurance, easy for a doctor or nurse to give during regular checkups. We've made it straightforward because the benefit is so huge.
And that links straight into number 4, which is a big one, herd immunity.
Ah, yes. Herd immunity. It sounds technical, but it's profoundly human.
How so?
Well, when enough people in a community are vaccinated, the disease just can't spread easily. It hits dead ends. It can't find vulnerable people to infect.
So it protects even those who aren't vaccinated.
Precisely. And that's the crucial part. It protects the most vulnerable among us, newborns too young for vaccines, people undergoing cancer treatment, pregnant women, those with weakened immune systems who can't get vaccinated. Your choice protects them.
That's powerful.
Okay, and the fifth reason, protection of future generations. It sounds grand, but it's true. Every generation that keeps vaccination rates high helps push these diseases further towards eradication. We protect our kids, and that helps protect their kids down the line.
It's a positive chain reaction.
Exactly right.
Okay, let's get specific now, because talking about the actual diseases these vaccines prevent, it really brings home what's at stake. Let's start with diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis.
Right, 3 nasty diseases in one shot. Diphtheria. It attacks the throat, causes this horrible inflammation that can block breathing. Even with treatment today, about 1 in 10 people die, untreated, closer to 50%.
Horrifying. And pertussis, whooping cough.
Especially dangerous for babies. That cough is relentless, severe, they can't catch their breath. It can cause pauses in breathing, which can be fatal for infants.
And tetanus. Yeah. Source called it cruel.
It is, because the muscle spasms are agonizing, triggered by almost anything, noise, touch, and the person is fully conscious through it all.
Oh my God.
The spasms can be strong enough to actually break bones. Death often comes from complications like metabolic problems or pneumonia. It's just a brutal disease from bacteria that are, just out there in the environment.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about a success story. Polio, the IPV vaccine.
Polio is maybe the clearest example of vaccine impact. It caused paralysis, death if it hit the breathing muscles.
The iron lung.
Exactly. Those terrifying machines that kept paralyzed kids alive, breathing for them, where are they now?
Museums, mostly.
Right. Because the vaccine worked. It didn't just treat polio, it virtually wiped out the need for things like the iron lung in many parts of the world. That's prevention on a massive scale.
And that kind of large-scale effect we see with the pneumococcal vaccine too, PCV.
Oh, absolutely. Pneumococcal disease. It's a major cause of things like meningitis, pneumonia, blood infections, especially in little kids and the elderly.
And the vaccine.
The numbers are just stunning. Since the PCV vaccine became routine for kids, the rates of invasive pneumococcal disease, the really serious kind caused by the strains in the vaccine, have dropped by 99%.
99%.
99%. And that's not just in the vaccinated kids, it's across the population. We basically removed those strains from circulation. That's herd immunity in action, textbook example.
Incredible. Okay, last one for this segment. MMR, measles, mumps, rubella.
Right. Measles gets a lot of attention now with outbreaks, and it should. It's not mild. It causes serious respiratory problems, neurological damage sometimes, often leads to complications like bacterial pneumonia.
But rubella, the source highlighted a specific danger there.
Yes. Rubella, or German measles, might be pretty mild for an adult or child who gets it. But, and this is a huge but, if a pregnant woman catches rubella and she hasn't been vaccinated or had it before,
What happens?
the damage to her unborn baby can be catastrophic. Congenital rubella syndrome. It can affect the baby's brain, heart, eyes, kidneys, leading to severe disabilities, stillbirth, or the need to end the pregnancy.
So protecting the community against rubella isn't just about preventing mild illness, it's about preventing devastating birth defects.
Absolutely. It's a fundamental reason why community immunity matters so much.
Okay, so pulling this all together, on one hand, we have this incredible, measurable scientific success story. Diseases that used to kill or maim thousands are now rare, thanks to vaccines.
Decades of progress, millions of lives saved or improved.
But on the other hand, we have this persistent fear, largely fueled by that debunked autism link and, general online mistrust.
It's a frustrating disconnect. The clear takeaway really has to be about collaboration. We beat these diseases through prevention, not waiting for cures after people get sick.
And prevention means?
It means sticking with the immunization schedule. It's a series of shots, boosters. It requires ongoing conversation and trust with your healthcare provider. You need that partnership.
Find collaborators, not just commentators online.
Well put. We've talked about some truly awful illnesses today. Polio and the iron lung, rubella's devastating impact on unborn babies, tetanus, that 99% drop in pneumococcal disease.
Yeah.
So the thought to leave you with is this. When you really reflect on the historical reality of these diseases, the suffering they caused, how does that change your perspective on the preventative tools we have today? And what responsibility does that success give us now?
That's a really important question to sit with. And for any parent listening who wants clear, detailed, evidence-based answers about vaccines, the schedule, preventive care generally, or just wants to find that collaborative healthcare partner,
There are resources.
yes, we have a key resource for you. Our sources for today's discussion came from the folks at Omega Pediatrics. They're really focused on educating parents. You should visit their website, omegapediatrics.com. Just go there. They have reliable information, the official vaccine information statements, the VIS sheets, everything you need to get the facts from experts who want to work with you.
Absolutely. And if this conversation helped clarify things for you, maybe gave you a fresh perspective, please do take a second to like this discussion.
And subscribe to Have More Babies so you don't miss future dives into important topics like this.
And maybe most importantly, share this. Share it with another parent who might be feeling confused or overwhelmed. Share it with anyone who needs this context.
Getting informed is key.
It really is. Thanks for joining us. Be well.
Goodbye for now.